the question that has been raised repeatedly now of what is the line? What is the line beyond which you get fucking decked by your own teammate and a championship season is ostensibly ruined? That's a story. And so here at Pablo Torre Finds Out, Ezra, we are trying to do what you think is impossible.
That's a story or that's rumor mongering?
Well, this is the thing. How do we take the rumor, which is to you unsayable gossip, and bring it on to the record to make it sayable and reportable and news? And so we tried. We really did try here. We requested interviews with Jordan Poole and Draymond Green.
How'd that go?
They declined through the representatives. A spokesperson from the Washington Wizards also told us, quote, Jordan has moved on from that topic, end quote. They also told us that Jordan Poole, quote, would rather not dwell on it in long-form interviews, end quote, which I think at least you can personally relate to. But this is how much, Ezra, I fear your journalistic withering gaze. Because on top of Jordan Poole, on top of Draymond Green, on top of those reps, we also reached out to more than 24 other people close to the situation, as they say. We reached out to the following: Andre Iguodala, Kevon Looney, Jonathan Kuminga, James Wiseman, JaMychal Green, Anthony Lamb, Dante freaking DiVincenzo. Okay? We were recreating the whole Warriors roster here. Then Warriors GM Bob Myers. Okay? Reach out to him. Another person close to Jordan Poole. 2 other people close to Draymond. 2 other people close to Steph Curry. 2 assistant coaches, a player development coach, a player personnel official, a team development official, a team attendant, a physical therapist, a security guard, an equipment manager, an intern, TMZ founder Harvey Levin, and Zaza fucking Pachulia, a former player who now works with the Warriors, Zaza Pachulia. We reached out to him. This is a we didn't start the fire level list of people who would not go on the record with us because this story is I guess, too dangerous to talk about on the record for these people because it's too explosive. I don't know.
No, but really, what does that say? You reached out to 25 people. They all said no. What do you believe is the reason why no one would talk to you? Do you believe there's a clear organizational mandate, which would make sense, that says you never talk about it? Like, do you think even people weren't talking to you off the record? So, like, what does this mean?
I think it means that on the one hand, yes, the Warriors and the Wizards, both organizationally, wanted this story to go away. They have no incentive to dredge this up for our yucks. But secondly, I think it speaks to the gravity of what actually happened. And so here we are, right?
Here
the moment of truth, because Ezra Edelman, Academy Award-winning documentary filmmaker.
Stop saying that, please.
What did the source in your phone tell you that Jordan Poole told Draymond Green that got him punched in the face?
I don't know that I even feel comfortable saying that. You saw the phone. You saw the text. So why don't you tell me?
Fine. Okay, here it is. You're an expensive backpack for 30, is what was said.
Say that again?
You're an expensive backpack for 30, is what Jordan Poole told Draymond Green that got him punched in the fucking face.
So when you saw that text, what went through your mind?
I was electrified.
Why?
Because it felt like looking at the Ark of the Covenant.
Oh, please.
I'm not kidding. I'm an NBA fan. I'm somebody who makes a living based off of like following things down rabbit holes. And when I saw that, I realized 2 things. Number 1, I cannot believe this has not been reported yet. And number 2, holy shit, now I know. It's a mystery. It's an active mystery that has never been articulated despite everybody gossiping about it, despite it changing, Ezra, literally the fortunes of a multi-billion-dollar business. This text, that line, those words, you're an expensive backpack for 30, is what we now believe is explosive enough to be the thing that set off Draymond Green.
How long after reading that text, in matters of seconds, minutes, hours, did it occur to you that I think I'm going to do a podcast about this?
0.0001 seconds. But it was because I needed to track it down and I needed to translate this. We still need to translate this, right? Like, you're an expensive backpack for 30. Let's diagram the sentence. 30 is who in this case?
Steph Curry.
Yes, that's right. Number 30, number one in your heart, Steph Curry, is the 30 in question. You're an expensive backpack for 30. Expensive. Like, this is not like, oh, this is like Louis Vuitton. This is Draymond Green making $25.8 million a year expensive.
And contextually, knowing that there's a lot of money issues surrounding the Warriors and that Draymond Green was going to be up for a contract extension after last season.
Yes.
And Jordan Poole was also going to be up for a contract extension.
Yes.
The idea of money was swirling in the air.
It was the thing that Draymond Green, I am told, was actively worried about, insecure about, anxious about. Draymond had told people, I am told, that he believed last season would be his final season in Golden State. This was going to be his last dance, and here was Jordan Poole, the guy about to take his money in the zero-sum game of Joe Lacob, owner of the Warriors, pockets. The thing that he had earned as the best defensive player and anchor, a future Hall of Famer on this team. So, expensive. Backpack.
Well, I guess that means that
It's a good line.
Steph's been carrying him.
It's a good line.
It is a good line.
Like, I'm now imagining just Draymond as an actual backpack here. Like, being carried by Steph Curry, like almost like, you know, like he's on his back. Like Yoda, actually. Or like a baby in a baby Bjorn.
How's your art department? Can you come up with that image?
Oh, yeah, we're on this now.
Okay.
I like them almost like in a video game sequence together, where Draymond hops onto Steph's back and they together like combine to punch Jordan Poole.
So that means Draymond in this case is Yoda.
Well, I mean, look, like Yoda, Draymond clearly believes do or do not, there is no try.
I do, by the way, I do think the analogy of Steph Curry being Luke Skywalker is not a terrible one.
I agree.
He definitely is a practitioner of the Force. He definitely is a force for good.
Yep.
In our league and in our world. And I believe that in the end, he is going to conquer and extinguish the dark side.
You're such a Warriors fan. You're like you're an actual Warriors fan who I want to also remind that the reason now, journalistically, why we do transparently feel comfortable saying any of this stuff is because we got another source to verify, at least that this is a thing that the Warriors are all talking about internally. One Warriors official close to this situation, and this is real, the person who did call us back, incidentally, that official independently confirmed to us, here at Pablo Torre Finds Out, that this phrase, you're an expensive backpack for 30, has in fact been floating around the organization as the tipping point, the thing that set off Draymond.
But he does not, in fact, know that that is the thing that was said.
This is also true.
Do you believe that this confirmation, corroboration, information that you learned justifies us sitting here and having this conversation right now?
I do, because I think newsworthiness is, look, it's like pornography.
Really?
What, you don't like the Supreme Court? You don't like the quote? You know what I'm going at, right?
I'm aware of the quote. You know it when you see it.
I know it when I see it. And this story, to me, clearly is newsworthy. The idea that there is a line, well-crafted as it is, that the employers of these two men have all heard and identify as plausibly the trigger that set off the demolition of a dynasty, you might worry and argue. Yeah, I would want to know that. I think that is in the public interest.
So Helena Troy was the face that launched 1,000 ships. Is that right?
I believe.
Something like that. What do you actually believe is the real fallout of this punch? What do you believe as we sit here a year after this happened, do you actually believe was caused by this one incident?
I believe that this punch is a crossroads. I think this crossroads landed upon the body of Jordan Poole. And this was where a lot of decisions were actually made that affected a multi-billion-dollar organization, 9-figure decisions. It affected the championship defense that never was of your favorite team. I mean, you tell me. You're the Warriors fan. You're the guy wearing the socks. You're telling me that this punch wasn't the most important thing that happened to this team in the last year?
It was the most important thing that happened to the team in the last year, but I'm just not sure that trying to figure out what was said that incited this incident matters at all at this point, because like the Warriors and the Wizards and Jordan Poole and Draymond Green, I would like to move on to this season, even though I'm sitting here and talking about this with you. And the only reason I'm doing it is because I'm aware, one, you guys did your homework and you actually got somewhere with this and you corroborated the text message. And that's why I'm comfortable sitting here and talking about it now.
Yes.
And secondly, I do believe that when Media Day happens next week with the Golden State Warriors and the Washington Wizards, that I believe the topic will come up again.
Yes.
So in that, I don't think the thing is dead. So I feel comfortable as the person that is, I'm not necessarily bringing this back to life, or you're not bringing it back to life. So I'm like, whatever, it's fine. And by the way, no one listens to your show.
Not with that attitude. But no, I get it. Like, we're doing a bit of a pre-mortem.
A pre-mortem?
A pre-mortem, yeah.
Do you know any other pre-mortems? I've never heard this term.
It's a little like hanging the mission accomplished banner on the aircraft carrier. Admittedly.
Okay.
Because look,
we know how that turned out for America.
Oh, it worked out great. We did it.